Move on to Dominik begging for his WrestleMania match with Mr. Mysterio once
God, did he?
again. Yeah, so we had Dominik and Rhea versus Santos Escobar and Zelina Vega. It's a great match. I love that Zelina was in a match, first of
Thank
all.
God. Yeah.
And I liked how much they were letting her do all sorts of things in the match. And it wasn't just like Rhea completely dominating, because that's what we've been seeing over the last couple weeks when Rhea's been involved in a match or something. I like that they let Zelina get her moment in there as well. Rhea and Dom win. So of course, then Dom gets on the mic and like calls out Daddy again.
Papi.
Um, yeah. And
Hey,
then
papa.
my problem with this is like it's fine, right? He continues to go on saying the same things that we've heard him say for months at this point. But I noticed, which we've talked about in our predictions when we talked about this, that he said, "You're trying to take away my WrestleMania moment." And I was like, to myself, because I was like, I told you that that's going to be an emphasis, and I
Yeah.
still think it's going to be. And the fact that he said it, I was like, okay, because I think they're going to use that. Um, I liked that Ray did, get a little bit more personal, I guess. I don't think he's necessarily telling the truth 100%, but he fed into what Dominik's been saying and saying, like, you're right, I haven't been that great. I've missed this, I missed that. Any typical wrestler of that era, of course, was exactly in the same boat as him that had kids. But then did let him know that, hey, if it weren't for me and all the money I made, you wouldn't be wearing that Gucci. You wouldn't be driving that BMW. You wouldn't be living in that house. And he said that fighting his own son would be the biggest disgrace as a father, and that he will never fight him. So they added some extra aspects that they haven't done yet, but I really need it to be taken somewhere else at this point, because if we're just going to keep seeing them have the same conversation for the next 2 weeks, I'm over it.
What do we think of this though? Micah doesn't. Micah does ask this
You have to
question.
read it.
Oh, I think Dominik is going to attack Ray at the Hall of Fame. I sure hope not.
I
Let's keep.
we talked about that we don't want that to happen, and I don't want it to happen, but I kind of feel like because Ray got emotional about the Hall of Fame and he mentioned it and was like emphasizing its importance last night, something's happening. And I kind of hate it. But I
Oh,
mean, like, what? Do you
did it.
agree?
No, I did it. I figured it out. I figured out when he's gonna accept it. Thank you,
Okay.
Micah, because
He's going to
you helped
accept it
me
at the
do
Hall of
it.
Fame.
He's going to accept it at the Hall of Fame when he tries to take his moment, because how disrespectful, more disrespectful could you get than taking away your father's shining moment in being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, which someone like Ray should not ever, according to history's, definition,
Mhm.
he is the true underdog. I mean, he absolutely deserves it. Like, the human in me wants to see, his entire family up there. And Dominik even saying how he's helped him so much in the business and all that. But
Mhm.
the champ, this is what the human is different from the champ. And the champ is saying that you need to have Dom just be like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna like, and he's not gonna attack him. I feel like we don't want that at this point, just because I don't. Well, they might. Who knows? But that's when you do it. They oh oh
I mean, it's definitely possible. I'm still, unless things change. I mean, it's 2 weeks away, but I'm still in on he accepts at Mania. But it's definitely possible that he accepts the night before, obviously.